news. Today, April 12th, Soviet pilot Yuri Gagarin has become the first human being to go into outer space. Aboard the Vostok 1, Gagarin made a full orbit of the Earth during his 108-minute spaceflight. Although he had little to no control over the vessel he rode into space, this is still a huge leap forward for the scientific community. The space race has been put onto a whole nother level. This immense Soviet achievement has increased nationalism as well as Cold War tensions, discrediting the United States' claim that it was the more technologically advanced country. This monumental event has put the Soviet Union in an entirely new light and possibly paved the way for future missions into space.
Now for the special with Channel 4 News. Before Yuri Gagarin's famous flight, the United States and the Soviet Union were locked in the Cold War, with America in the dark about the USSR's potential, and thinking it was much more advanced. The Soviet cosmonaut proved that American notion wrong. America's confidence in its lead in the Cold War took a devastating hit following the legendary voyage, and it raced to catch up with the Soviet Union. In order to achieve this goal, an increased focus was placed on mathematics, science, and education in general. Both superpowers had one goal in mind when they prioritized schooling: get ahead in the space race. With education and technological advancements becoming the primary goals, there is significantly less attention being paid to satellite states and fighting third-party wars. This shift of focus from who had the biggest weapons to who had the smartest, most innovative scientists took much of the violence out of the Cold War. Without Gagarin's flight, this intensified attention on education and lessened care towards violence never would have come into effect. As spaceflight increased, astronauts were started being viewed as both national and international heroes. They became huge public figures and often proved to be economically beneficiary to their country as merchandise was sold in the wake of their various achievements. The space race that Yuri Gagarin started with his short stint in space spurred both nationalism and the importance of education. Once the space race was effectively over after the United States moon landing, the competitiveness between America and the Soviet Union was toned down. This lessening and cutthroat competition allowed the two superpowers to begin exploring the possibility of working together to further space exploration. In fact, in 1975, the Apollo-Soyuz test project was the first time the two nations actively worked with each other and was a huge step in reducing Cold War tensions. This new era of cooperation was instrumental in ending the Cold War. After the break, we'll explore what could have happened if neither superpower had gone into space.
For a limited time only, you can buy this super jammin' space helmet for just $10.
Buy it now to support our heroes in space. You can be as cool as an astronaut if you buy this helmet.
Call now to take advantage of this limited time offer. Buy 3 and get 2 free. Breaking news. Remember when Yuri Gagarin first made it into space? Well, what would have happened if he didn't? I'll tell you. If neither country had pursued daring endeavors into the unknown, they would most likely have devoted more resources and money to building up even bigger arsenals and financing assassinations and other political machinations in order to set each other back. The tensions of the Cold War would have still been high, and may even have persisted into the present day. There would have been an ever-increasing risk of nuclear war as each superpower devoted all of their resources to trying to outgun each other. Also, the United States would have kept its skewed view of the Soviet Union's potential, and this could have led to a devastating war, with one side believing the other to be grossly far behind, when in reality, the weapons and technology were evenly matched. Without the space race that Yuri Gagarin sparked, there would have been less national pride, and education would not have become as important as it did as a result of the two superpowers constantly trying to one-up each other in the scientific field. Also, there would have been no common ground for the United States and the Soviet Union to begin taking the first steps towards ending the Cold War. Thank you. That's it for Channel 4 News.